Check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, folks, we're going to get started in about 25 minutes, but I do want to welcome everybody that's here. You're going to see some entry blanks on your table. Fill those out while you got time before things get going, and you can then take them to the desk over there. Kayla's over there, and we're going to give away some door prizes. We got some Twins tickets to give out, some T-shirts. So we just need basically your name, city, and your email address, and then throw that in the box. As far as pictures go, Cat will be doing pictures after her performance, so everybody here will get a picture with Cat. We're going to do it I may have to sing. Check 1 2 1 2. It might be able to go up too. Elliot, is this as loud as she's going to be? We're doing a audio check for the screen. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 2 1 2 1 2 for Tim. Tim Lyon 1 2 1 2. Town Square Media 1 2 1 2. Howard and Marie Kessler 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Check check 1 2 1 2. How's that, Josh? Good. Check 1 2 1 2. Check check 1 2. Good.
So what I can do is once you get done, I'll run down so it'll show up on my phone. You're not going to be able to switch that there and that
Bring it back to. Oh, I see. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Post the mic 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. There you go. There was like a little hum. Looks like it's gone now. Check 1 2 1 2. Along with this lovely lady over here to my right, Kelly Courts. Give her a round of applause. I want to introduce the rest of the Town Square staff. I'd like to start with Tim Lyon over there.
Hello.
Josh Ackerman. Katie Kate, who does the weekends on Mix 94.9. Our midday voice, the beautiful Cindy Ware's in the back over there. Thanks for being here, Cindy. Appreciate that. I know we got tons of Town Square staff. Jim Maurice, our news director. You hear him on the morning show. Jim Maurice is back there as well. Thank you for being here. And I'm really happy to announce a guy that we get to get on Friday and Saturday nights. He gets you in the mix. He gets the party going. Howard Kessler came all the way from the city, so we appreciate it. In the mix with HK, Friday and Saturday nights on Mix. So thank you for being here. And thank you all for being here tonight. I'm going to grab a seat. I'm going to be rude and have my back to you. But I'd like to take this time to welcome the lady we're all here to see to the stage so we can chat a little bit. You know her from season 6 of The Voice, reaching the top 5. One thing I want to point out, her new single came out last Tuesday, Fearless, and it cracked the top 5 on the iTunes rock chart. Give a round of applause for Cat Perkins.
Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you. It means the world to me. You always have supported me here in St. Cloud with all my projects, honestly. And this is just a really nice new level here. So thank you.
So we can do a little rap in here? Is that okay?
We're going to rap?
Yeah, we're going to rap a little bit.
You going to beatbox?
We want to get to know you a bit better. First of all,
know that my improv style is not up to par.
I think one more time, the round of applause. I don't think people realize how impossible. There's a lot of music out there. And a lot of music in service to radio. We get hundreds of songs a month, hundreds of songs. And I've got a playlist of maybe 30 currents that I can play.
It's like winning the lottery.
It's like winning the lottery to get on the playlist right now on radio. So for Cat to not only cut through all of that tape, but to crack the top 5 on iTunes is crazy.
No, I was in tears.
That's nuts.
I was bawling, and it was kind of like this little game. We were like, I woke up to a text from Kristen Merlin from the show, actually, and she's like, you're voting number 48 this morning. She's on East Coast time. And so it was like 7 in the morning, my time. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I look, and I'm like, holy bejesus. And so then we just kept refreshing all day, and then finally got tired, and my sister was on it, and I was actually on to the next thing and had to work. And then she's like, you were number 5. And I just bawled my eyes out. So thank you for that.
Is this like a dream come true?
This is a dream come true. I mean, I thought The Voice changed my life, like when I was inside of it. But I think what's going to happen after The Voice is really going to change my life. All
right, so we're going to go backwards here.
Yeah.
First off, who is Cat Perkins? Tell us, who is Cat Perkins?
Well,
who is this lady and where are you from? Everybody, I know us Minnesotans, we like to claim you, but you were not born here.
I was not born here, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Because I love Minnesota. I was born in North Dakota, way on the west side. Now it's oil country. Now it's completely different from what I grew up with. But, and I was this little girl that wanted to sing and sing and sing at all times. And there was really not that much opportunity to do that. But my dad helped me and would like make up opportunities, and he was the music teacher in the town. He still is, actually. He's on his last year of teaching. He's going to retire. And he's going to move to Minnesota, weird. And so he would like throw variety shows and stuff so that I'd have opportunity. He would drive me hours and hours away to go do some sort of talent show and be able to sing my songs, and he supported me. He still does. And without that, I would never have spread my wings. I turned 18 and drove my car past the college I was supposed to go to, and I came to Minnesota.
So the story is you took a nanny job out here? Is that right?
I did. Eventually. I mean, I did some theater. I actually worked in the performing arts for a while. And doing theater, I started my own band. And I actually got my degree eventually. And that's important for you kids to know. I actually still went to college, okay? I did it. It just took me a little bit. And then I started nannying and kind of doing the music thing as a hobby because I went so hard at it and I needed a break and was really just doing it on the side and having fun. And I spent a ton of time in the past 2 years devoting all my entertainment services to the troops overseas in the Middle East. Yeah. Which was also a dream come true. And it was because of those opportunities is why The Voice came to my table.
Who brought it to the table?
Yeah, so I was on the way home from, I think, Kuwait, and we had a layover in Amsterdam at the airport, and there was a piano in the airport, and my band was like, come on, sing one, sing one, sing one. I was like, no, it's 6:30 in the morning. I was really vocally tired, and we had been out in the Middle East. I had no idea what time it was or who I was at that point, just really tired. And but I ended up singing a song anyway, and it got put up on YouTube by one of my team members, and The Voice came to me because they recruit a lot of people from YouTube or just general things in town. So they asked me to audition for the show, and I thought it was a joke. I thought, this is not real. And then they emailed me, and I was like, seriously, who are you guys? Like, I didn't know that there was.
Did you see like an NBC email address?
Yes, but I was like, that could be fake. I don't know.
My friends are like elaborate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Together an NBC email address.
We're like, we're actually for reals, and we're casting for next season, and we want to see you. And so here's your list of locations that you can come to, and I had a private audition, and I sat here just like this with the guitar player that I brought, and sang 4 songs. I mean, I didn't have to wait in line or anything. It was kind of a crazy.
Is it silence while you're performing? Or are they giving you like, do they have poker faces on?
I had Michelle, was the casting agent, and she was like rocking out. And she was totally into it.
So you felt good?
Yeah, I felt really good. And then I finished my first song, and she goes, I don't want to hear anything else that you have listed here that you know. I don't want to hear any of that. I want to hear Led Zeppelin, I want to hear Heart, I want to hear Fleetwood Mac. And I was like, oh my God. My poor guitar player, I'm like, do you know any, can we do Led Zeppelin? He's like, yeah, I got you. So we pulled out some Led Zeppelin, some Fleetwood Mac, and we did Heart. And she was like, thank you very much, I'll be in contact. And I didn't hear
So total poker face at that point.
Total, yeah. Then like 4 weeks went by. I was in Sturgis, it was a year ago, almost to the day. And I got the phone call. And they were like, we want to see you again, but you have to come to LA, we'll pay for it, and you have to sing for another group of people.
And this is when we saw, is this when we saw
you
at this point?
No.
So we still got to go through another round?
That was called the executive round, where you just sing for like Mark Burnett and like all the big people on NBC, which of course I knew. I don't know if the other contestants knew that like Mark Burnett's a big deal, and he created Survivor, and he's an Emmy-winning good dude, and he knows what he's doing with this reality kind of stuff. So it was scary, and there was like just candlelight in the room, and we just did it to karaoke, and they were in total control. So I did like a verse and chorus, and they were like, they cut the music, and I was like, okay, and they do it.
You're waiting for like Simon Cowell to come on.
Exactly. Like, am I being punked? And then you do another one, and they're like, okay, thank you, and they send you out of the room, and they're like, we'll let you know.
So you go home again now.
So you go home. I came all the way back here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't tell a soul what's happening. They keep you sequestered, and you have to sign an agreement saying you will not talk about what's going on and what's happening with the whole thing and any of that.
Now that had to kill you to keep that inside.
It did! Especially this is, again, in August, you guys, August of last year. You didn't start seeing it until February of this year. And so they called me a couple weeks later and said, okay, we want you to come back. And they were just going to do another executive audition. So I was prepared to just do the same thing again. But then, like 2 days later, they emailed me and said, forget it, we're just going to send you straight to the blind audition. And then you got to see what I did. But we filmed that in October.
Now going into the show, knowing who the judges were, did you go in knowing who you wanted to turn around?
Yes and no.
Or did you not care? You're like, I just want one of them.
Yep, at a certain point, because we were out there for 4 weeks preparing for this 90-second thing where they turn around or they don't. And at a certain point, I was like, I don't care who turns around. I just want one. I just want one person, please, to turn around. That's all. I did not know.
Is it like the longest few moments of your life, too, while you're waiting for those chairs to...
It was. I mean, I got to watch everybody else on my team I got to watch all of their auditions after I made it. And he turned around, Adam turns around in like the first 2 seconds for them. But for me, it took 1 minute. There was only 30 seconds left to go before it was all over.
Are you pulling out all the stops at that point then in your mind? You're like, I gotta do vocal gymnastics or something?
I didn't even know what was happening. I didn't even understand. I was just trying to execute what I had practiced for 4 weeks every single day, just getting through the motions without passing out.
What song was it that you auditioned with?
They gave me Gold Dust Woman by Fleetwood Mac. And I didn't get to choose. However, that was one of my favorite songs of all time. So somehow the universe came together for me on that, and it was crazy nuts.
All right, so the minute you're backstage, you already know you're on Team Adam at that point.
Yes.
What's running through your mind? I mean, because you've already been through the stress of flying out, multiple auditions, now you're officially on the show.
Yes.
I mean, what's the first couple of thoughts? I mean, you've been working so hard at this. I mean, this is reality at this point. What are the first couple of thoughts as you're walking back to go see your friends and family that are waiting?
Oh my gosh, I was just, holy cow was the only 2 words I could form in my mind of just, did this happen? And that day, they started auditioning people. I had to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning, and they started auditioning at about 9, and I didn't go until 9 p.m. So it was 12 hours of just sitting there not knowing if I was even going to get to go, because they only take a certain amount of people every day, and there were some people that didn't get to audition. So there were 130 of us there, and only 100, like 98 got to actually go. And I was on the last day, and it was crazy, and I was like, I'm not even going to get to go.
These women want to know, and I know because they've all came up to me.
Yes.
The question is Adam Levine as hot in person as he is on TV? Right? You ladies want to know that, right? Seriously.
As much as there was a certain point that I got really mad at him and was like, I'm done with you, I cannot lie. We've not only made up this week since he tweeted. Just at the end we did a little bit, because he wanted to keep me in the classic rock thing, and I wanted to branch out and do something modern, and we did butt heads a little bit. But he's totally hot. He's so hot.
I bet you were fighting with him on purpose with the makeup.
Right? God, I wish.
Oh, I know where you're going with that. You know what's funny is you say you butt heads with him, but when you released your single last week, he was one of the very first people to tweet out the entire world to say
we're back on it. I take away my breakup from him. I take it all away. Because he made up for it this week, and he tweeted about it. And he was, you know, I can't say that I didn't ever hated him. We just butted heads at the end, and
you're fighting for your life.
I was fighting for my life.
You feel that way.
And then I kind of felt like in the end he put his eggs in the Christina Grimmie basket, and I was kind of left out in left field with just, because I felt like he was really on my side, which he was. And he was. And I'm watching it back kind of in increments now, and he was so on my side. He loved coaching me, he loved spending time, and that was real. That was real.
Well, I can tell you this. His eggs might have been in that basket, but I know I speak for everybody in this room because we're so proud of you that you're living in Minnesota. We take you as a Minnesotan, so
please, thank you.
You are our voice. So I gotta we have tons of more questions, plus we'll probably ask people here. We got people live tweeting, I'll get to that.
Oh, I love it.
But can you play like a clip of maybe, let's do a couple of clips from some of your favorite performances from The Voice. Let's do one real quick. You already threw it out earlier. Can I put a request in for Open Arms?
All right.
Is that okay?
We just do the whole thing.
Oh yeah, do you guys want to hear it? Yeah! Let's do it.
This song changed my life. It took me from the playoffs to the live show. And I was terrified to sing this song. This is one of my idols. And of course on the show they said that I chose the song, but I did not choose the song. They actually gave it to me, but I was pleased to do it. Just maybe mine. Here, hold on. You know my level is there?
Is it your mic?
That other mic just flew on. Also, Joe, thanks.
Check, check, 2, yeah.
There you go.
Can you reach? Can I reach? Should I move? Check, check. 2. Well, just move. I'm mobile. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Elliot Blaufus. Lying here beside you, here in the dark, feeling you're happy with mine. Softly you whisper, you're so sincere. How could our love be so alive? We sailed on together, we drifted apart, and here you are by my side. So now I come to you with open arms, open to heart. Believe what I say. So here with open arms, hoping you'll see what your love means to me. Oh my God. You're free without you, living alone. This empty house seems so cold. Wanting to hold you, wanting you near. How much I wanted you home. And now you come back tonight, today. I need you to stay. So here we go, with all my arms, hoping you see what your love means to me. Oh,
I think we need to stand for that. So we are live streaming this on Mixed. So wave to the camera. We're getting lots of tweets. Right there by Tim. Hi! And they said, what is that phantom voice? I'm going to come up close to you.
Oh, yes. It's him, see?
Yeah, it's me.
See?
It's real. It's like Charlie's Angel.
Or like Kit from Night Rider.
Right. One more time, Cat Perkins, everybody. Wow! You know what I find interesting about you? From a programming standpoint, we were talking about this before we started.
Yes.
One thing I love about Cat Perkins is our radio lines blow up, and It's grandma calling. It's my wife calling to hear your new single. And it's people these guys' age calling.
I know.
There's not too many people that can, cross all those genres and all those ages.
It's something that I
Very interesting.
I am absolutely loving, just being that sort of wide demographic. And we just played our first live shows this weekend, like big, and it was amazing. And it was the same thing, just from just walking to grandma, and it was amazing. And I hope that the single really speaks to that, and really inspires young and old.
All right, so I gotta get to some Twitter questions.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna be running short on time, so I promised them I would. Okay.
I just learned the Twitter, you guys. I had to learn the Twitter for this show. So.
By the way, Cat Perkins Music.
Cat Perkins Music. Follow me. I've got the hang of it now. You probably get sick of me now.
You got a ton of followers.
Me too.
You got like 55,000 Facebook followers.
And I make some silly vines, and you gotta join me.
And by the way, all of her links are on her website at catperkinsmusic.com.
Yes.
All right, so we had a gal tweet, and she's like, "Listen, Adam Levine, blah blah blah. How hot is Blake Shelton in person?"
Okay. Equally is just stunning. He's like 6'5" for reals, and just literally looks everybody in the eye, and his cheekbones are like perfection. You wonder why he looks like that on film, because in real life he's just stunning, and he's so nice, and he calls me little sis. And he was the only one after the show that said, "What now? What next? How can I help you?"
Out of the judges, who was the most standoffish? I know it's probably a tough question, but who didn't really get a chance to talk to her?
Hands down, it was Shakira. She just wasn't. She wasn't very. I don't think she's a very social. I think she's a kind of an introverted artist, and she had a lot of hard times being around people and really didn't enjoy it. Plus, she had her little son out there who's like 2. She was chasing after him a lot as well. But she's just kind of one of those introverted. She always pre-taped her stuff. I know that maybe it doesn't make any sense to you, but we did the show live. So like when you were watching it out here, we were living it. But when she had a segment for performing, she would pre-tape it earlier in the afternoon because she was scared of doing it live. Which is crazy, because she even said to me one day, she said, "I don't know how you guys do it. I have no idea how you guys do it like that. I am so scared to do that. I will not walk down those stairs, and I cannot do it."
Did you answer back in that accent too?
No. I was just shocked that she was actually talking to me, and I think she thought I was one of her business managers. I don't think she knew that I was on the show.
All right, this is going to be a tough question, and you may want to plead the fifth.
Okay.
If you ever watch Andy Cohen, he gives people
I know, exactly. Do I get that chance?
Out of the contestants that made the finals, who did you really not get along with? You can't be nice and nice with everybody, is kind of what they're saying in the tweet. Is there somebody that you didn't care for? I know it's going to be tough. Now we are streaming, obviously, so they won't just stay in this room, obviously.
I can't really say that. I think there are a lot of us, especially in the top 20, when it got to that sort of pressure.
Because the friendship has kind of got to move out of the way, right? Because everybody's competing to be the voice.
And when we got to the top 12, they let us all have our own rooms, because it got to the point where it was very cutthroat, and people have their own way of dealing with it and dealing with the stress. And I didn't agree with a lot of people's way of dealing with stress, and maybe they didn't agree with mine, but a lot of it went to people's heads a little bit. I guess there were some, but for the most part, the people of NBC and Universal and The Voice, they hire and they cast people that are like them, and they're very nice, down to the person that drove me to the studio every single day. They were completely polite, they used their manners, they were so nice, and they were really on your side, and they lifted you up every single day. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them.
Now, I don't know if this is on your set list. I'm kind of looking down songs to do. But we do have some younger, and we appeal now, of course, to people. I know my wife was going nuts when you were doing Journey and all the women in here. But with the little ones, can we do a little bit of Let It Go?
Yeah.
I know you sing that in The Voice.
You sing along.
Will you girls sing along? Okay. Why don't you girls go up like that? You can sing The Voice with Brad.
How do we get Don't let them make, don't let them see. We can always have to be. Consider, don't think, don't let them know. But now we And you'll stay, and you'll stay. Let go, let go. Get away. Give it up. Give it up. Thank you, guys. Look at our team actually up here. I love it. Thank you. That was really good.
So Kelly, you're back there. Kelly's a musician too, put out her own CD.
Yes.
When you hear Cat talk, and obviously I was watching your reaction back there, and I know you have a loud voice, you can project. When you watch her do her thing, I was watching you get lost in her voice. As a singer-songwriter, you got to appreciate what's happening up here. I mean, it really, when people watch it on TV, you're like, well, they can mask it, they can do this, they can do that. But when you've got somebody like Cat Perkins, and you've got Elliot back there with the keys, there's not much to mask. So this is the real deal.
Exposed. This is Cat Perkins exposed.
It's when you listen to their voice and it carries out and there is no errors in the voice.
A lot of people will fix their voice, for radio, but when Cat sings, and I know right where you're at, when you hear the note and it rings and you feel it in your heart and the hair on your arms is rising, you know you got a real star, Cat. So we love it.
Woo! Thank you. So good. I just can't believe people want to be here. Thank you. It's just so overwhelming.
We're glad you're here in St. Cloud.
Of course, you guys. St. Cloud. You guys lifted me up all the way through the process.
All right, girls. Say goodbye to Cat. You guys need to make sure we're done.
Yes, I'll make sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Give it up for the girls. They did a nice job on background vocals.
Jane was learning guitar from my guitar player in my band, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
There she is.
What was your favorite song to perform on the show?
My favorite song, believe it or not, was probably Chandelier in the end.
Can you do a little bit of that for us?
We can try.
All right.
I'll squeak it out.
Yeah, can you try it? Try it.
Party girls, don't get hurt, can't feel anything. When will I learn? I push it down, push it down. I'm on for a good time, chords blowing up, bring the mind over. I feel the love, I feel the love. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, drink. Throw 'em back. I gonna swing like a chandelier. You're a chandelier. I'm gonna live like tomorrow doesn't exist. Like it doesn't exist. I'm gonna fly like the bird of the night. No matter as I try. I'm gonna swing like a chandelier. Like a chandelier.
I stand there. I'm glad you're looking at my jaw.
It's so hard. It's such a hard song to sing.
Well, you do it well. You do it well.
You notice and see her, like, every time she performs it, she does it, like, upside down or backwards or something. Maybe that's what I need to do to make it big. Maybe I need to sing it in the corner with you guys staring at my back.
So are there meaning? A lot of people are tweeting about your tattoos. Are there meaning behind all these?
Oh, there's meanings behind all of them, but they don't make no sense to any of you guys. It's just, I appreciate art, and this one kind of represents my North Dakota girl, where I grew up as a cowgirl, and I spent a lot of time on the field in like driving a combine and yodeling.
When you said combine, I'm sure a lot of people here in the room can relate. There's some
Yes.
girls here, I'm sure.
Yes, I know. It was kind of a weird upbringing, but so she kind of represents that. This one just represents, this is called American traditional art and just America and tradition and me.
Who are you digging right now? What's in your iPod?
Who am I digging right now? Oddly enough, I just downloaded the entire record from Will Champlin from The Voice because I saw him on the tour and he showed me like a bunch of his songs and his album is pretty dang good, even though I'm not usually kind of into that kind of music. And then I'm into the new Colby Kelly song.
Oh, I love it. Try it, yeah. That's a good song.
Yeah. So I love that kind of like raw. She's such a raw talent, awesome singer. That's kind of what's going on right now.
I want to point out too, you're talking about being top 5 on iTunes on the rock charts. She's got her fall tour kicking off, and
Yes.
her first date sold out in 4 hours.
4 hours! I'm so scared that nobody's ever going to come.
You told me you're afraid I'm like going to forget the lyrics.
And no, I'm going to forget the lyrics.
What was I saying? Like, you can perform in front of, The Voice was averaging between 15 and 17 million people at night, and you're like going to perform for 2,000. You're like, I can't. I'm going to forget the lyrics.
I know.
I find that just mind-boggling.
I don't think there was time to think about that, you know, even though my evil mind wanted to remind me that there's like 20 million people out there. It's just like, whatever. I just gotta get to the song. But now when I can kind of be in the moment and there's 2,000 people in front of me, like last weekend I was like, oh, it made my heart like really jump. But I'm scared nobody's gonna come, so please come to shows. We're doing, locally we're doing Mill City Nights, September 26th. And it's going to be kind of the CD release party here.
You come back here in October, I think.
It's all ages, so you guys can all come. And then we are doing St. Cloud. The Pioneer Theater.
Yes.
And that's in October.
Okay.
Remind me of the day.
CatPerkinsmusic.com, that's it, right?
Yes.
All the links.
It does.
Do you guys have any questions out there? Anybody got a question for Cat? Before we talk about the single? All right, we'll get one from you.
How did you like it on The Voice?
I loved it on The Voice, except for I was really, really nervous every single day. And it took a lot for me to overcome of all that fear and trying to take it all in and trying to do the best that I can and just knowing that I'm taking a risk. And it was very fulfilling. I'm very happy I did it. Never be scared. Be fearless. Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's what?
What's your favorite color?
Purple. My favorite color is purple.
I love paper.
Okay, before I ask the question, let me just say, very few people would try to cover Sia. And usually if they do, they really shouldn't.
Exactly.
You absolutely killed that.
Oh, thanks so much. Thank you.
Now, without jeopardizing your non-disclosure statement, your
Yes.
clause in your contract with The Voice, what was the worst moment of being on The Voice?
The worst moment. Ooh, that's such a good one. I think the worst moment was right before that episode where you saw me sing Chandelier and Let It Go. Because I knew that I was going to have to sing for my life again. And a lot of people would think that like the first Twitter save was really traumatic, but it wasn't. It was fine. I had prepared myself for doing the Twitter save the entire time because I just always figured that I should be ready for it. Everybody should be ready for it. You don't know what America's going to think. And so I went through those with ease, I think, you know, and it worked for me fine. And I knew that if I was going to leave the show, that I wanted to do it by singing. So thank God for the instant Twitter save this year where we got to sing for it. But I knew before that last episode that the fate would be a little bit more against me this time because Christina had so many social media followers and we're going to end up in this Twitter save. And we just knew in our hearts that we were going to be in that bottom 3 and I was going to have to go against her in that Twitter save. So it was really hard to like get through that. But oddly enough, it's the only performance of the entire thing that I remember every single moment. I remember every single moment of that performance of Chandelier and how it went down, and I unzipped my thing because I was choking for a second and going down on my knees, and I bruised it real good that night. I remember it all, so there you go. It's a good thing.
Any other questions out there before we go to some of the Twitter ones? Anybody got one? Don't be bashful. Anybody got one?
I don't bite. He's got one.
Stand up.
I can yell.
You can yell. Go for it.
So, if you could tour with anybody, who would it be and why?
Tour with anybody. It had to be Fleetwood Mac or Heart.
Your choices.
They're my all-time favorite bands. You know, literally, I would die to just see them again. And I've seen both of them once, and it would be so cool to open up for them. You know, just my icons.
Now I know you're limited on time.
Yeah.
We want to make sure everybody gets a picture.
Of course.
But you just said Fleetwood Mac.
Yes.
Can you just do a touch of Landslide? You do it so
well.
Oh,
You guys want to hear Landslide just a little bit?
Alex says it.
Such a beautiful song. I think you put the pressure on.
No, I love this song.
Thank you.
It was so hard for me to do this on the show because I love it so much, and I knew I was going to bawl. And my dad was going to be there that week, my mom and dad, and I knew he was going to bawl. And I was trying not to figure out where they were sitting so I could get to it. So it goes a little song like this. And I saw my reflection, snow-covered hills, till the landslide broke. Oh, the sky is black. Can't try to my rise above. Can I sail through the changing ocean tides and all the seasons of my life? Take this love, take it down. Oh, if you climb a mountain and you turn around, if you see my reflection, That is a steady ovation number right there. Cat Perkins. Thank you. Take the win. You guys are amazing. Alright, so of course we're going to get to the single now. Sure, yes. I real quickly want to thank Mark and the gang here at Brothers Bar and Grill. What a beautiful place, right? I just got to meet him and say hi and stick around for some food, you guys. It's amazing. Yes, have dinner here. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, the staff here. Brothers Bar and Grill said anytime we want to do things like this, that
Open doors. Would you guys like to see more things like this with Mix 94.9? Well, we can look that way. Thank everybody on Twitter, mix949.com.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tim, Josh, Katie. Thank you guys for making that happen. We appreciate it. Thanks for. I'm sorry. I know I got an abundance of Twitter questions. We got wrapped up in your voice.
Thank
but
you.
let me just say this. I don't think they minded.
All right. I'll try to answer some questions on Twitter later.
Who's got their smartphone or tablet with them right now in the house? Where is it? Who's on Facebook in this room and Twitter? Put your hand up. So I want you all to do me a favor right now in this room. I'm going to walk around the block. I want you to go to Cat Perkins Music. You can find her on Facebook. I want you to like her.
Yes.
Then I want you to go to catperkinsmusic.com and download the single we're about to hear, right?
Yes, exactly. Please do. I hope you love it. And I know it's going to get a little crazy if you follow me on social media, but we have so much fun. So keep it going and watch my vines, and I hope that you enjoy the journey with me. It's really, really been interesting. So thank you for coming along this far. Here's to just going farther. Let's do social. Put your things
Let's
up.
do number one. Let's top five. Let's go to number one with the single, right?
Exactly.
Thank you, Elliot.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Cheers.
man.
Elliot Blau is back here. Go see his band. It's called Elliot the Sensitive Fellas.
And by the way, the song is on Mix 94.9, so you can request it.
You can request it. Please keep requesting it. Call in and let's make this thing go, right?
It's called Fearless.
I want to thank also you guys for spending it and supporting and always supporting me through this journey. And even before I was part of The Voice, you guys supported me.
I told everybody, Kat gave me her word. She would call in each week when she was on The Voice,
Yes.
and she called in every week without fail.
I did it.
Gave us the inside scoop. So
I made it happen. It was like 2 hours earlier over there. I was on no sleep.
we appreciate it. We love you. We're proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck in the fall tour.
Thank you.
And let's hear Fearless.
All
We're
right.
bringing a single.
I just filmed the video for this last night, so it'll be coming very soon, you guys. I hope you love it. What would you do if you were afraid? What crazy chances would you take? It's all I hear inside of you. All I hear inside of you. There's no love without heartbreak. Holding on for something, but something's away. Counting on that one day, but you don't have to wait. If you live fearless, if you love fearless, life on only need to ride. Take your chance and fly tonight. When fearless. What if you lived your life out loud? Not in the silence of your doubt. I know their words can cut so deep, but who the hell cares what they think? What if you let yourself be proud? If you live fearless, if you love fearless, life on only to ride. Take your chance and fly tonight. When fearless, just let it go tonight. Nothing to lose. What's going on tonight? Me and you. No limits, no regrets, no tomorrow. Tonight, would you do if you weren't afraid? What crazy chances would you take? If you fearless, if you love, fearless, life on overdrive, take that chance and fly tonight. Fearless, start your night with what would you do if you weren't afraid?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome Cat Perkins. Everyone applause.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Are you ready? Get a little bit louder for Cat Perkins. CatPerkinsMusic.com. Follow her on Twitter, Cat Perkins Music, on Facebook, the whole nine. And most importantly, we can't stall you at top 5. We got to make that song number 1.
That's right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You got this. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to do pictures, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to put Cat over here. We're going to give her a few minutes to collect herself. But what we're going to do is start a line right here, and I'm asking that you just have your cameras ready. Okay, have your cameras ready, and I'm going to have Kayla will snap the pictures for you, but I just ask you to have them ready to go. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you to my Town Square family. I appreciate you guys helping me out in this event. Thank you again to Brothers Bar and Grill. And one more time to Elliot and Cat Perkins for making the trip. Thank you guys.
So it's working fine.